Okay, guys, it's been approximately 1 day since the hands off or anti Trump protests that occurred yesterday. And I attended one in Las Vegas. And I would like to share my thoughts on my experiences there, my opinions, and what I think should happen moving forward. First off, the protest had a few, I went to had a few hundred or 1,000 people, which was a decent sized protest, but not for the area that Vegas is. I mean, it was nothing compared to what happened in Boston, what happened in, you know, New York City, Chicago, Seattle, San Francisco, or D.C. There were tens of thousands of people at those, but I still went there and did what I could. We held up signs, we chanted, and it was Americans from all walks of life. There were queer people there. There were, you know, Hispanics. There were, white people, of course. There were LGBT. It was just, you know, even people from rural communities out there. And what's more is that a lot of rural communities in like Montana, Idaho, and elsewhere had protests, and a lot of people showed up to those. So I want to see America unite, and that is what we are doing. And the cool thing is that Trump always liked to brag about his crowd size. Well, guess what? Yesterday, Mr. Trump, there were 3 to 5 million people out there demonstrating because of you. Congratulations, Donnie. You finally did it. You can brag about your crowd size now. Anyway, but this is not the end, not by a long shot. We got to keep up the momentum. How do we do this? We write our congressmen. We make YouTube videos. We try to inform people and try to get them to go to the next rally. And, just try to get at least one person to go with you. I admit, I tried to do that a few times and I was unsuccessful. I hope I can get somebody to go with me the next time. That being said, is, you know, there were two protests in Vegas and I didn't go to the other one, but, the one I went to was fairly small compared to a lot of others. But we did get a lot of car horns honking at us, and it was pretty encouraging. That being said, moving forward, is we gotta be hammering at this every day, guys. Every chance we get. You know, what you do may seem small, but it's like the thing is, it's like if a million people go out and do their part, then it becomes a very big effort. I the idea of that your vote doesn't count is bullshit. Every vote counts. And it's like, when I went to the hands off rally, I demonstrated with everybody. I talked to people. I made a few connections. And you see, a few things I saw, one thing that I saw really concerned me. I was worried about this myself. There was a gentleman in Indiana, a MAGA voter, who decided to get out of his car. And he was not happy. He was carrying an AR-15, going around, threatening people and all that stuff. And you see, I do wonder what'll happen if one of these MAGA guys ends up pulling a trigger and shooting a bunch of people. Could that start a civil war? Quite possibly. Um, I do wonder if there will be more armed protesters in the future. And am I advocating violence or anything like that? Hell no. I want all of these protests to remain peaceful. I am very pleased that all these people got out in D.C., San Francisco, uh, and, New York City and Boston, Dallas, all these big cities, and there wasn't any violence. That's something I'm very, very pleased with. And, I mean, compare that to January 6th. The Republicans certainly showed how to peacefully protest that day, and they did an excellent job. And, but anyway, you know, hopefully this is just the beginning. We all need to get out there again and do our part at the next available opportunity. We need to stand together and rid ourselves of Donald Trump, or he is going to destroy this country. Donald Trump is probably the greatest threat America has ever faced in its history. And this is our time, people. Will we stand up, or will we lie low and let everything be destroyed? It's up to us. The ball is in our court. Now, we all fucked up in 2020 and 24 by electing this man again. Some people didn't even go out and vote, and look what happened. But the reality is that we are here now, and we have to move forward. And, it's really important that we do this, guys. We got to keep fighting. We got to be out there as often as possible, and as big a numbers as possible. We have to be out there every freaking day, And so, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Be good, y'all. Sic Semper Tyrannis, Mulan Labe, and don't tread on me. Goodbye, y'all.